Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm Miss Katie Rowe, or Katie, however you want to call me. Hi, welcome. We're going to be doing some Last Life drawing. I might as well, since the stream is no longer starting soon, but already started, might as well swap over to my iPad, which is where I shall be drawing. There we go. So, hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. So, yes, I am doing another Last Life animatic, if you didn't see the previous one. Well, it did really well. I was really happy with what went on. And so I thought, yeah, it's a lot of fun to do animatics. So I thought I'd do another one. Also, thank you for all the follows in between stream. I've never had that before. Hiya, Chloe. You're in age 4 now, big brain. Talking about SevTech. Hi, Chloe. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. I'm not going to be on SevTech today. I'm going to be drawing. Going to be doing a bit of Last Life. So, basically, what I'm doing today is I'm working on this piece here. If I can help it, I won't show any of the other pieces, but I might accidentally go out to gallery at some point and give major spoilers. But just going to be working on this piece today. And basically, this is Tango. So maybe I'll make like a visual help to show that it's Tango. Tango. Wrong pen, gosh. Tango. My writing is terrible. Let's try that again. Tango. Tango Tech himself. So, basically, the idea is that we are going to be... so the scene that I want to depict is Tango giving away some of his lives. One specifically is the life that he gave away to Scar when he was about to blow up the castle. When he was about to kill Letho, I guess, as well. I rewatched the scene just now, just like half an hour ago, just to have it fresh in my mind. You go back to listening to music, Chloe. Alrighty. So, I am going to... Thank you! I've been drawing a lot for the Last Life animatic. So, basically, the idea is that when Tango gives her a life, he is gonna... I imagine him, like, shooting it with an arrow. Because the whole idea with giving lives, I imagine it either being like a physically handing it over to someone, but Tango was fairly far away from Scar at that point, so I just imagine him like attaching the life to an arrow, and then having it just hit Scar, and him giving the life in that way. So yeah, that's kind of like what this arrow shot is. I yoinked the pose. Took inspiration for the pose from Pinterest, so yeah. I already started this one as well because, goodness me, it's already painful enough just going through. Drawing poses and line art on its own, but doing it live, I feel like I'd be under a lot of stress to get it right, and I struggle so much with posing. So yeah, that's not going to happen very quickly. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to colour him out. I think that's the first thing, because I've got his base layer here, and now I've got a clipping mask over it, so if I just draw anywhere on him, it's not going to go outside of the lines that I've already drawn. English. It's going out of the lines that I've already drawn. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically colour him out. I've got a whole bunch of references that I gathered here, like his skin and like drawings of him that I've already done, and also the I currently have the wrong... No, I've got the right one. I just want to... So basically I've also got the castle as well, which is where he'll be standing, where the background will be. Whether we'll get to the background today, I don't know. But we'll see. And yeah, this is just a screenshot from a video where obviously he wasn't fighting the Wither, but it was a good perspective. I don't know whose video that's from, I can't quite remember. But he was kind of like standing by Etho's tree while he gave the life. So I imagine him like standing next to the tree while he shoots out the life at Scar. So yeah, that's kind of what the background's going to be. Let's start with his hair. So I'm just going to color grab from this tango here, because I usually like to stay true to the skins as much as I can, but some of them are really quite wacky when it comes to the colors. They're not really... They can look a bit weird when actually put on a 2D person rather than a 3D Minecraft character running around, if that makes sense. So I kind of tweaked them a little bit. I did a lot of tweaking in the last animatic, and basically what I'm doing for this animatic is a lot of color grabbing from the previous animatic, so I don't need to find the colors again. And also so that the colors stay consistent, I guess, as well. But yeah, let's just kind of stay true. Also, I like to use a textured brush for when I haven't used a textured brush just for the bottom layer here, for the layer here. Also, this layer is the colour of his skin, so I don't need to colour out his skin anymore. And also, everything kind of fits with the skin tone, because when you're drawing a character... I mean, I'm just disclaimer with anything art related here. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have not professionally taken art lessons or anything. I'm self-taught. So, you know, I just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But I kind of adopted this way of drawing from ADB Illustrates, because I think he does it amazingly, where you have basically the bottom layer being the skin colour. So you can kind of reference every other like clothing item and hair colour. It kind of needs to fit with the skin colour, so that it kind of works together and it doesn't bite each other. So yeah, I do that, and I use a textured brush as well. As you can see here, it's not very flat, where I could make it flat in his eye here, but I won't. I like to use a textured brush while colouring out, because it just adds a little more interest to what would otherwise be a very flat layer. I mean, I'm going to do loads of shading and effects on top later, but it already adds to that kind of layer, I guess. And yeah, so I'm just going to colour him out and go from there. Just keep grabbing from this reference, or actually I'll grab from this reference here. Just making sure I don't take the shaded areas. The areas that have kind of already got like light effects on them, because that will affect the whole piece. So yeah, I haven't planned out the entire animatic yet, obviously, because Last Life hasn't finished yet. So, you know, it's a tricky thing. I'm running out of song, basically. I thought Last Life would finish. I would have finished last Friday. I was convinced that Third Life lasted 8 episodes, Last Life last 8 episodes. It felt like it was all coming to a big war between the Reds and the others, but I guess the Reds weren't as organised. They kind of separated, which maybe was their downfall. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got one more week, and from what I hear, this is the last week, I guess. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw it on the Reddit that when they recorded on Friday, that was their last recording, and that Last Life will have finished. From where it is. Let me just have a think of how everything works for Tango. Okay, so he's got. Oh, did I not draw the? Oh no, I did do the zipper. We good. We're all good. I didn't do the pocket though, did I? Did I do the pocket? Oh, I did. No need to worry. I reference old drawings a lot, so I'd have been surprised if I had missed the pocket. Let's do a bit of red clothing. There's all colours. I think it's quite similar to the actual skin there, so I'm going to colour grab from the skin. Right, let's just quickly switch on just the skin layer so I know where I'm drawing. I'll put this on a different layer. All the layers, all the layers. I'm using Procreate, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. But yeah, I do love me some Last Life. I had a lot of fun doing the previous animatic, so I thought, why not do another? Why not do another? The whole ideal would have been to release like a preview on the day of the Last Life episode, or the final episodes of Last Life, but I'm afraid that's not happening because I'm not far enough. This is like literally the first one that I'm gonna, not the first one actually, the sneak peek that I posted on YouTube a while back. That was the first finished one. The ones where the boogeymen from session 5, was it? The one with all the boogeymen. I'm gonna grab this tango just to again figure out where stuff goes. He's got red gloves, okay. So let's get rid of this tango because I can't see the hand. I don't know what layers I'm drawing on. But yeah, if you have any questions concerning the animatic or how I do stuff, feel free to ask. Feel free. I don't have a proper systematic way of doing stuff, but you know, I can maybe kind of explain. But yeah, the support was great. I was really overwhelmed with the support of the animatic. I wasn't expecting it to go that well, but it really did. I was really quite happy. Oop. And I'm looking forward to the final episodes tomorrow. Do wonder who's going to win. You do wonder. There we go. So, that's not all the red done. He's got red trousers. Actually, the line art hasn't finished. I haven't done a very good job at line arting here. There's some line art. This is one of those rare occasions where I split up the line art on multiple layers. You know, the bow and everything. Let's pull that down. I obviously moved him around at some point, which was probably not the best idea. Then we need that one. Pardon me. There we go. Right. I've also missed kind of colouring out a little bit down here, so I'm just going to quickly do that. Hello? Popped out. Hope I don't give anyone motion sickness with how much I zoom in and out of a drawing. I zoom in way too much when I'm drawing. It's a problem. So I think the grey parts can go on that layer. Can we colour? Yeah, we can colour grab. That looks like a fairly normal colour for Mr. Tango Tech. I haven't quite decided. The whole idea is to have his life that he's gifting to Scar attached to this arrow, but I haven't yet decided exactly how I want to do that. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see how we get along. Like either maybe it being a totem or a green heart, kind of like swirling around the arrow. I think a green heart would look better than a totem, just like a totem stuck on the edge there, just like hello, it's me, I am a totem. Why am I using the same color as the background? That is so bad for illustrating stuff. Hello, I am a totem. And I am going to get shot at Scar. Whee! Yeah. So I'm not going to... I don't think I'll do a totem, actually. It's funny how his grey stuff is actually almost the same colour as the background. If not... Yeah, almost. Very, very slight difference there. Right, let's close this one. And go back here. It's very similar. But we'll colour the background a different colour at some point, so there'll be no problem there. There we go. Right. So next I'm gonna do something that in the last animatic I did before actually. Oh, I haven't actually, no, shut up, Catherine. I haven't done the bow and arrow yet. So let's get the arrow in here. Oh, clipping mask. That'd be good. Good idea. Righty-ho. And just have like a kind of like a boring brown arrow. Okay. There we go. Ooh. This is why I zoom in, because I'm doing terribly. There we go. And I think I have a little bit of a lighter brown for the bow, because I don't want it to get lost. But again, very desaturated because it's not the important part of this. Not where the eye needs to be drawn to. I'm just going in circles with how I'm moving the canvas around. Oh dude, I haven't been using... Oh, how long have I not been using the textured thing? It's just... It doesn't matter on small areas, but quite like the textured brush on larger ones, just to add a little bit of interest. Okay. It's going to be interesting when we get round to the background, because I have no proper system on how to do a background yet. So it'll just be me bumbling about. I have that like wound like a bit of fabric around there or something. I don't know how birds work. I just kind of guess how birds work. Right, that is, I think, everything coloured out. I'm not seeing anything else. That seems alright to me. So I'm gonna alpha lock this layer, which basically acts like a clipping mask on the same layer, where I can't draw out. Ooh, don't use black. I can't draw outside of the lines, but I can only draw on the actual layer itself. And I'm gonna choose like a bit of a darker skin tone, and very lightly just kind of add a bit of shading to his face. I used to do this on the previous animatic. I did this before colouring out the other areas. But I noticed that the contrast of the colour, once I'd added in like the other colours of the outfit and the hair and everything, the contrast wouldn't be as strong, and so it would kind of like be an unnecessary step because you wouldn't notice it. So yeah, it's just kind of like a bit of a blush, a bit where the darker areas are, where the neck kind of shades. It's again something that I think I've seen ADB Illustrates do. Alex, he's just amazing. He does like the High Hopes, Low Rolls, D&D stuff. He does loads of awesome stuff. He's worked with Thomas Sanders. Love what he does. Love his art. Not sponsored, but I take a lot of inspiration from like what he does. Yeah, and just like with a big brush, kind of very lightly add a bit of stuff. I'm just gonna... I don't know where the light's coming from. Hold on, let me just figure this out. I could have the light coming from the arrow, I guess, like a green light. But I'll do that I'll do that afterwards in effects. So we can have like the... What if we have like the light coming from his heart, snaking around the arrow, and then at the tip there's a heart, and that kind of shows the life. Because I also need to have the life like in the next screen, because it hits Scar in the next scene. So yeah, we'll see how I do it. I kind of just go like that, I guess. Yeah. Oh, haven't done this hand yet. Just where there'll be like natural shadow. I don't think too much about lighting, honestly. It's not something that concerns me a lot. I do like dramatic lighting. But yeah. Oh, I haven't coloured in his little bit of teeth here. Let's do that on this layer, why not? Cool. There we go. That was a very small detail. Right. That was the easy part. That's the part where I didn't have to think. Now I need to think about what I'm doing. Let's do the background next. And here comes the question, what kind of background do I want? Because I don't know. He's standing on top of the snowfall. So I'm like maybe imagining would the wall be he'd be like on top of the wall, right? Next to the tree. So where do we want the tree? Yes, we all know that that's Tango now, you know, the red eyes and all that. You can get rid of that layer. Let's just combine all these down to a proper shading layer. See, this is what it looks like if you don't have a clipping mask on. And then if you clip the layers again, then it all works. Oh, no, don't merge, don't merge. I guess I could though, actually. It wouldn't make a difference really. But we'll just clip it for now. If I run out of layers, then we can talk. Right. Let's add our very first background layer. Did I actually have a sketch for the background? No, I did for like the way I kind of wanted the heart maybe to go, where it kind of swirls around. Hold on, let's see if I can just, if I get rid of this, you can kind of see the way this would snake around the arrow. Maybe. We'll see. And then maybe if it kind of like comes from the heart. Oh, it just jumps out of his pocket. Oh my gosh. That would be cool. So yeah. I did that on the new layer. But yeah, let's quickly hide the sketch for now. And let's figure out a background. I don't want the tree to kind of be in the way. So what if I let's just use a big sketch. I kind of want the tree to be there to kind of add a bit of contrast, but I don't know where necessarily. Like, it has to be a big fat tree. What if he kind of has to like reach around the tree to get to Scar? Or will that just look like him shooting at the tree? No, that could be like him standing in front of the tree actually. So if we have like the tree there, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the references that we have. Behind him would be the green area, or like the soul sand area, I guess, depending on the angle that we're looking down at him from. Or if we're even looking down at him, you could kind of like maybe imagine like the house. There, perspective drawing was also never my strong point, let's be honest. But if we imagine he's standing on the wall, I might need to screenshot a picture of what it would look like itself. Give me a second. I'm just going to go through my screenshot archive of screenshots of Lost Life, and I'll have a quick look-see to see if I have anything that will kind of match what would be looking down upon. Might just have to open YouTube briefly to have a look. I could just wing it. So the tree, okay, I have got one. I've got one here. Let me just add that to the, it's not the exact outlook. First time chat viewer. Hello, just stopping by to say hi. All the work and muted sadly, but I love Tango shot. I'm sorry you can't stay. Don't worry. Muted sadly. Am I muted? Can no one hear me? Am I not audible? Hold on, let me just look up on my own stream. This is bad. Just give me a second. Oh, no. Stream manager, wow. My brain going brr. Am I muted? I don't seem to be muted on Streamlabs. That's a bit awkward. Let's just go back to iPad mirroring while we're here. feel like an idiot if I am. Or really awkward if I am. But hey, baby blue Becca. Nice for you to stop by, if you can hear me. Very awkward if you can't. Right, let's have a look. Give me a second, I'm just gonna quickly remove my headphones and have a look at this. Hopefully I'm audible. Oh, I'm audible, it's fine. Right, I just misinterpreted. Just misinterpreted the message. Just misinterpreted. Aha, muted as in maybe you couldn't hear me. Right. I'm just completely confused. Right, let's have another look. Let's look back at Tango. So, I was going to add a picture. I'm just going to quickly go to blank, just so I can add another reference picture. Insert a photo. This was actually quite a reference for like a different frame. Oh wait, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Actually, screenshotted this as a reference for a different frame. And let's just turn that on. So basically, this is what I have. Go to the right. iPad mirror. So I've got this here, and that's kind of like the whole area. And actually, the tree isn't. There's kind of like a hill going down, and the platform. Actually, I could draw on this. This platform here is kind of on the same level as where I imagine Tango standing. So I imagine like Tango would be standing here, aiming his bow. Like that. Gosh, this is difficult to draw with such a wide pen. And so we're kind of seeing this area here. And then like the wall at the back. I don't want too much detail in the background because that will take away from like the action that Tango's doing. But I do still want it to be like, not that he's floating in midair, right? So that there's actually believable space behind him. So if we imagine him like standing there, the tree is there. He's kind of higher than the tree. Do we draw the top? Do we draw the leaves? Do we draw the leaves of the tree? What layer was I sketching on here? So if we... Like, not that it's kind of going down, but more that it's going outwards, right? It's because, like, if you think of the normal curvature of a tree, so we've got more this area than we do of the lower area. So if we kind of... I don't want it to take up too much space so it's like unbelievable because, I mean, dark oak trees are incredibly huge. But, yeah. So actually we could have a lot of the dark oak taking over, like, the background. It would make you think he's in a forest and shooting it. And then behind him, let's have another look at that reference. So behind him we'd have like the hill. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I'm doing paint strokes on a different layer. There we go. Let's sit on this layer. So behind him we'd have like this hill here. Now we need to just think about the background. Let's have a look. What would it look like? This is quite hard for me to interpret. So if we have like a little, ooh, I'm on a hidden layer. That's very unhelpful. We had like the hill going down here, kind of. And oh, I think we should also do like the wall on this side. So we've got like the tower here, maybe, and then the wall kind of spreading out from there. Just kind of alluding to the fact that it will go around the corner and come here, but Tango's standing on it, so obviously we won't see it because we can't see his feet. Yeah, I don't want that branch to be exactly where the bowstring is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like have it kind of here, looking down through, because we don't like tangents. That's an art tip that I've heard one too many times and choose to ignore one too many times maybe. Right, let's have another look. This is me just trying my hardest to imagine what this would look like. So that doesn't protrude out. I'm looking at this castle here. I'm on the wrong layer again. I'm looking at the castle, this area. It doesn't protrude out from the wall too much. So I'm thinking it will have come out of the wall, kind of where we see the tree. So the tree's kind of blocking that part, so we don't need to draw that. That's fine. So all we kind of need to do is this platform. So let's have a closer look at the platform. We won't have this divide that they had when B-dubs was red, because B-dubs wasn't red then. And yeah, so basically we just need these posts, the combining part, and then maybe on the other side like a little staircase going down here. Okay, let's figure this out. So there's the hill going down, and then I'm on the wrong layer again. And then we'd have like, I don't know how big to make this actually. I haven't a clue. Do I? Maybe I do. I feel a sneeze coming on. This is going to be hindering. Oh, pardon me. So. The platform I think is a little bit higher than the hill going down. So let's just kind of connect it to that. And we're looking down on it. So. Oh, pardon me. And kind of have like another post there. That's going to be a tangent though, so we don't really want that. We don't want it to go out too far though, because we're not looking down at it at too much of an angle. Oh, actually. You know, I'll tell you what, I will add the building. Like, just a slight bit of it. Kind of coming from there. And then the door. Just to ground it more in reality, just so you have a kind of better idea of what's going on behind Tango. And there's the other post. And... pardon me. And then, so I don't... And then the wall, basically. I don't want the wall to be going, like, where his arrow is, for instance. There's a lot of lines that I kind of want to be avoiding. So, let's say... It's also not a very straight wall, so... If we just imagine the wall goes through there, it won't be visible, but it kind of... Bonjour! Bonjour, Crowlander. How we doing? Bonjour. I'm trying to figure out backgrounds. Backgrounds are hard. League of Legends. Oh. I'm trying to figure out backgrounds. Backgrounds are hard, man. So now this doesn't work out, basically, because I've done like perspective down here. This doesn't work because the perspective is wrong in that sort of sense. That is more... You're in pain. Oh, wonderful. So you're losing nicely. Good for you. Physical and mental pain. Well, stop playing it then. This comes from a person who only plays like chill games. I don't ever not play chill games, if that makes any ounce of sense. So we have the wall. The wall. Like the claw. What does the wall look like? We, on this side, have kind of whatever they're called. Not turrets, are they? Kind of the pokey out thingies of a wall. But the question is, how much space do we have to add any? Because mostly they won't be visible. Because Tahango has his arm in the way. So, is it going to be worth it? I say no, I don't think it is. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to do a layer of soul sand though. Because like a darker layer on the top. Like I did in the previous... Oh no, I didn't actually. I didn't do a soul sand layer. Huh. But I'm sure that's what they have, yeah. Maybe that was in a later stream that they added that? I don't know. I haven't a clue. Anyway, we'll add a soul sand layer. I don't think we see the next tower here yet. We wouldn't see it yet. And I think that would become too crowded if we do. So I'm just going to leave that. I don't think we'll see the bottom here, but maybe I can just do like a little hill going down or kind of feel like it. Let's have another look at that wall. There's nothing special on the wall. Nah, it seems pretty vanilla. So let's just hide that. And that, I think, is the build for the background. And now we just basically block down colours. I honestly haven't really done one where I've done the background and then immediately jumped into making the background look like it does. Now, do I colour pick from here, or do I just quickly choose my own colours? That's the question, because to my knowledge, I think the whole thing happened at night time. So I could do it at night time, but I do want to have another think about that, because I've got a lot of dark panels in the animatic already, or panels that I plan to look dark, basically. Let's use this brush. Literally, my favourite brushes. Okay, I have kind of changed them a little bit, but Eaglehawk, this one that I'm using, and Marilla, for like colouring stuff out and adding texture to stuff coloured out. Basically the only brushes I use when doing backgrounds. So, there's your trivia. Basically all of the animatic was made from that. There we go, turn that opacity down. There we go. And so I'm going to go over this a couple of times. Maybe I'll use this one because this one adds a bit of colour variation in it as well. I will do some more colour variation in the tree, but it gives a good basis for it, basically. That blocks in the tree. And I'm going to do this in a whole bunch of layers. Let's hope I don't run out of layers. So thank you, iPad storage. Basically, with the last animatic, it took up like 25 gigabytes on my iPad. And I had to delete all the Procreate images after like finishing it and uploading it. And that was a sad day, man. That was a sad day that I had to do that. I mean, I saved them all as like PNG files and JPEG files. But I just didn't have... I didn't think. I could have maybe saved them as Procreate files. Yeah, I know. I could have saved them as Procreate files, and I regret it now because I really wish I could go back and reference some of the pictures, like layer for layer. Like for instance here, where I could just get rid of all the glow effects from the totems and literally just colour pick Tango's top the way I had it in the base colours. But you know, that didn't quite work out. Let's grab that colour again. Just try and kind of block in colours. Some of these layers might get deleted in a bit, but who knows. Yeah, let's have a figure out what background colour we want. Oh, that's just gotten rid of that. Do we want to go dark or do we want to like stay light? I feel like we have a lot of... I usually add quite like abstract colours to the sky sometimes, depending on the mood. I did a lot of red skies in the previous one. I'm thinking of colour contrast. We've got a lot of red with Tango here. Hold on. We've got a lot of red with Tango here. And we're going to have a lot of bright green when we're doing the arrow that he's shooting at Scar. Because there'll be like a life attached to it, so the green life. So my thought is that I do like a... Do I either add contrast, like a desaturated blue, because I don't have a lot of blue? Or do I... And that would be the colour of the sky, normally. You know what? I'm going to do like a dark blue. And then we can have a larger colour contrast and also a lighting contrast with the glow of the green in the background. So what if we do like more of a cyany blue though? So kind of like that. And then the background can kind of merge into that colour as well. I'll do a multiply layer over it. Yeah, I think, why not? Why not? So what I'm going to do next is add another layer. I should probably combine these down to the background layers. Let's just rename these layers because otherwise I'll be in chaos and I will have no idea what I'm doing. Tango, color. And rename background. Might have to put merge down some of these, like the line art layers, or delete some reference layers. In fact, I'm gonna delete some reference layers because I've coloured them out now. Literally all we need now is the background layers. Okay. Let's add in the snow. So half of the tower is grey from the cobblestone, so we've got to keep that in mind. I'm going to do a bit of the darker part of the snow because we are in a darker atmosphere environment. And I'm going to do a lot of, that's pink. I don't want pink. Let's do more of a bluish hue. Yeah, that's good enough. And use this brush. Right. So I'm basically going to color out the whole castle and then just go from there when it comes to some parts are stone, some parts are wood, you know. This tree's in the way. Just kind of go from there. Like, building up a background for me is layers upon layers upon layers. I've had... Backgrounds usually take hours for me. It's just like... I have no system. I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's more luck than anything else. Let's get rid of the tango colour so we can concentrate on the background whilst still kind of knowing where our dude is. That's the tree up there, yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, just basically everywhere where the tree isn't, I'm gonna... Actually, I could even just colour out the area of the tree. Give it a background so that when we look through, it's not like looking through the whole background, I guess. If that even makes sense, I haven't a clue. I haven't the faintest idea. There we go. So that's quite a lot of brightness added to the piece with that. But I will go of the entire background with the multiply layer of like darkness just to add to the colour. I might just add a gradient quickly because I do often add gradients to the background, where I'm just going to quickly add a lighter part. Make the background a bit more interesting. Oh yeah, it goes on that side as well. I was just concentrating on the other side. Is it even worth maybe trying to do it the other way around? Like a purpley lighter gradient. I usually go away from purple. Like purple is what I gradient like the darkest places with. But maybe just trying it the other way around would be quite cool. A lot of experimentation is involved with this kind of thing. And also purple is the opposite, the complementary colour of yellow, which we do have a lot of in tango. Oh, actually, no, just his hair. I'll shut up. I will shut up. I pretend to know what I'm talking about. I know nothing. And then we just go darker from here. Is that the way to go? I feel like it isn't, honestly. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna go the way I was originally gonna go with. Like going towards green as the lighter. Not too much because we don't want too much of it to go too high because we will have a darker one going down. So that's the original colour. Go towards the purple. Yeah. And then we just do some good old Gaussian blur. Just to blur out the uneven areas. Sometimes it makes it look worse, kind of like has this streakiness. Yeah, you can see that on stream. It's, yeah, sometimes it evens it out, sometimes it doesn't. Who really cares? I might just do a bit of like black background in this area here. Like the silhouette of a tree line. Because just having nothing there feels a bit weird. So we'll just do boop, kind of like that. Just to allude to the fact that there's something there. Yeah. Come on, back into that, please, into that group. Thank you. Right. I guess I could actually merge it down with the gradient because I don't feel like... No, we'll probably tweak the gradient later, actually, so I'm not going to do that. Right, I'm not too happy with the colour of the snow, so let's just do a bit of fiddling with the hue, saturation, and brightness. A bit darker. Maybe a different hue. Towards the purple a bit more. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, just tiny, tiny tweaks. Right, let's add a new layer. And clipping mask this so that we can just ignore what direction we're going in, and then we'll have a look at what colour soul sand is. Kind of like a desaturated brown, I guess. And then just add that up here. That's a very ugly brown. We are not using that brown. Go even more desaturated. And I think we'll go a little bit more into the reddish hue because that is too green for me. Yeah, I'll take that. And because there's tangos on there, we don't need a smooth cut. The amount of times that I have just ignored exactly what it needs to look like. Or like the transition. Just because there's a character there. I had a couple of very scuffed backgrounds. No, that's wrong. Paint stroke. Yeah, actually, that's the wrong layer. Why did I do that on that layer? No, I did that. Wait a minute. I did a whole new layer for the soul sand. Okay, so we'll just rethink everything that we're doing. Instead of adding the snow streak down there, we're just going to get rid of that part there. I'm going to make this a bit darker. Yeah, that's more like it, because it goes towards the background. I need the sketch back. I've completely lost orientation. Right, now, the lower area of the tower is cobblestone, so that is more of a grey. So we'll just colour pick from this and then just decide what we're doing. Don't want it to mix with the background too much. Hold on, what does that look like without the sketch? Yeah, that doesn't mix with the background too much. That's alright. Now, this one has like the up, down design that we could maybe add. Just a hint of. Maybe. What did I do in the previous one? Did I even have that tower? Oh, I just made all of that out of cobblestone. Interesting. Do I do the same here? Do I keep true to the actuality of it? Or do... You know what? I think design-wise, it would look nice if all of it were cobblestone. Well, cobblestone. Grey. Not official cobblestone. Different texturing. It's actually stone bricks the way I drew it, if you think about it. Just colour in the kind of tree area as well, because why not? Because if you think about it, you'll look through the leaves. You won't necessarily look through the bark, which is what I am actually colouring out right now, but with the textured brush that I use, you kind of can see through a little bit. You at least kind of realise the colour that's behind it. Maybe not as visibly on the screen, because a lot of the details do get lost on stream. Like, the colours aren't exactly the same as I have them on my iPad. But, yeah. Right, let's think. Let's do the platform next. And just have a look at what wood they used. So, is that dark oak or is that spruce? I think that's dark oak. So we'll use the same colours that we used for the tree, and just make that maybe a little bit nicer. Not nicer, a little bit more red. I do like brown in a reddish hue a lot more. Right, so let's not try and make these square, but actually round, because in real life, logs are round. In case someone didn't know that. depending on how far down we'll look onto the area. It will have an effect on how round they appear, but they do kind of need a rounded edge. I think on a new layer, I'm gonna do the. Oh, actually, I might as well just do it on this layer. I might just not do completely black, but just kind of fill this doorway in. This sketch layer needs to be even smaller. Maybe I point that up a little bit. Hold on, where is our eye line? Is that eye line with Tango? Because I haven't really been paying much attention to perspective, because this isn't a very symmetrical sense-making house in my mind. It feels very higgledy-piggledy the way it was built, so it doesn't really have any straight lines in the way I draw it either. So that's why, if you think about like the theory of perspective, the lines of this place kind of, if you got a vanishing point, right? And usually you only have one vanishing point where all the straight lines go to. And this is a hot mess with all the lines that go everywhere. And yeah, so this would have all supposed to like have met in one area, but it didn't. And that one area would be the eye line, the horizon. And I imagine our eye line is a little bit lower than Tango's, because we're kind of looking up to him but kind of looking down. Oh wait, so we're looking up to him and looking down on Thing because he's stood higher. This is so much brain work. This is so much brain work for a Monday evening. We're looking up to him and down from. So if we imagine like our eye line is here, it kind of makes him feel a bit more epic. Although the perspective that I drew him in doesn't really help and support that. Let's just put our eye line at level with Techno's. Techno? Not Techno, Tango. Gosh. Misspoke. This is where my brother goes out and chat like, Technoblade? Did you mention Technoblade? My favourite streamer and Minecraft player. Right, my brain has just gone to mush. What was I doing? There we go. Here's the posts. There's the door. I was trying to figure out the door. Yeah, there he is. Bro's my brother, by the way, for new viewers. So the thought was, like, the door does kind of follow the physics of where you draw what lines, the vanishing points of lines. So I might as well try and follow that. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Because why not? I'm just making it black because I don't really want to try and figure out what's in there, like the inside, the interior. Actually, it wouldn't be. Let's completely ignore this. Actually, let's go back. Undo. 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 Because it would be the interior of the wall. You'd see the wall because we're at that kind of angle to not be able to actually look in, but only see the thickness of the wall. So I'm going to make this a lot smaller. Just kind of like hint at contour lines. I'm going to duplicate this because I don't like the opacity of it. There we go. Actually, I might just lower the opacity of the second layer. That's maybe too much. How's that? There we go. Still have a little bit of texture. Right. Is that a new layer that I made? Select what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's an empty layer. So we shall just with a small brush kind of do a bit of line art. Very little though. Does need to go straight down now. Let's just maybe put it to multiply. I often multiply with purple actually. Maybe I shouldn't because we've got more of a bluer sky. Multiply with blue so the shadows are like the dark area. Right, so if we have it kind of like that. I'll do the brick textures as well. So what I'll do is I'll put a layer above this one. And then add like the... yeah, a layer in between both. Add the... maybe... I might put them in above the oak. The dark oak logs. Is the floor spruce? No, wrong one. Feels like it is. I don't actually like colour picking spruce. It's very yellow. If I do, like, yeah. So I'm gonna go more of a reddish colour. It does need to be lighter, but I think also not as saturated as it is currently. Don't want it to be orange. I do want it to be brown. No, I think I've gone. I think I'm on the same colour as I was previously. Let's just try and figure this out. Yeah, kind of like that. That is maybe more of an oak though, so let's try a little bit darker. Yeah. Let's just spruce. Spruce. I'm just trying to think what YouTuber said spruce like that. Spruce. My brain feels like that was dug up from like the archives of my memory. Spruce. I'm just thinking, who could have said that? Hey bro, any YouTuber that we used to watch or still do watch, I don't know. It says spruce like spruce. I feel like I've gone insane already. How long is we've just hit there? We've just hit the arrow mark and I'm already going crazy. This painting has a lot more left to do. I'm actually intrigued to how long I've been on this. I've worked on this. I've already worked on this piece for 3 hours. Wonderful. So the sketch and the line art and all that took 2 hours already. Gosh. Although I have kind of maybe been sat. I don't know if Procreate picks that up for you. Whether you're just sat on the screen, like without even drawing. Sat in front of it pondering. I've spent a lot of time doing that. So maybe that is what it's done. Aha, now here's... I have drawn this maybe too far. Hold on, hello? Yeah. So, wondering if we do the hill down. Might as well do that on another layer if I am going to. Like a bit of a greenish. Do they even have any more green? Yeah, they do. But a very pale green. Oh, wrong. Let's have a look. So here's like the hill. How high do we want to go? How much do we want to cover with this? Make you think. Physics. How do you even stuff things work? Backgrounds. It's hard. Do I even want that hill, or do I just want it kind of dangling there? Just allude to the fact that the platform goes further than you think. Ooh. No, wrong one. Because adding grass to it kind of adds a whole new colour to the background that might not need. Might become a bit too much. Although we do maybe need it, I don't know. We have like the staircase going down here. That looks weird. So I think I'm just gonna do it so that that's just the whole wall there. That's all you see, not even the stairs going down. And I'm just at the same principle. I'm not gonna add that. Although we do have green leaves up top. And those leaves are way too saturated, my goodness. Let's just chuck this on top of them. Yeah, there we go. Right. Very colourful, isn't it? Now, just as a added thing, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate it again and merge it down so we've got more of a steady background. And then I'm going to add this over the background. And also just stretch it out a bit so that we've got the middle part as well. So it's kind of all covered is what I'm trying to do. Now with all this stretching, I'm just going to do more Gaussian blur. To even it out a bit. There we go. And then I'm going to put this to multiply. Makes it very dark, I know. Actually, I quite like the line where it goes lighter. Hold on. And not just because we had quite the line earlier, but that's exactly where the arrow goes. I do quite like the fact that there's less of a multiply over there because the arrow's in the way, I guess. Yeah, so it kind of has like a streak of light. You can't see it as well on the screen, but believe me, on the iPad it's there. Let's just have Tango. He's bright and in the foreground. Now we don't want him that much. I'm gonna put a multiply over Tango as well. So no need to worry about that. What I'm gonna do is, because I don't really want that much darkness, I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit. The leaves do annoy me. I do still want the light area to be where the arrow is. This is proving to be more difficult than I anticipated. Yeah, Tango kind of jumps out there, but that's fine. So yeah, that's kind of like the effect that we're going to have on the background. Actually, I think that's good enough. Don't think I've forgotten any effects. We'll just take that away for now, and so will we do the same to Tango color. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the texturing of the background. And like a slight bit of line art and all that. So, I do this in different ways. Let's see what I did with the previous one. So, with the snow, I just did random streaks everywhere. Although very discreet, I don't know if you could see that. Kind of like cracks in the snow. Let's see if I can draw this. Kind of like, there's one there. A dark red one. I'm going to do multiply layers over this, and there's kind of one there. There. Like, add it a bit of texture. Okay. Just referencing myself. Why not? Why not? Right. So, either I do a multiply layer on everything. I think I will, but I'll first do a multiply layer like for single ones. Depending on what I do. So let's try a dark blue, the same one that we kind of did there. Now what we do need is like the edge of this and then going down. I don't want it to be the same colour as the thing. Let's get rid of the tree for now. That's kind of like some sort of hints of building, like they built a snow wall, like do you want to build a snowman? But they just kind of showing where the snow is layered on top of each other. And I'll make it a bit darker towards the lower end. Just a very, very slight gradient. Nope, too much. Just work our way up. Kind of like that, yeah. So it doesn't get lost, or it doesn't just stop. It kind of goes down. And then I'm going to do a kind of show that there's like a shadow being dropped by this area. Is it worth trying to like get like twists and turns of the castle? Get like a feel for how, like for instance, because it turns, oh gosh, bye canvas, it turns that, oh, that's also not very helpful. It kind of does a bit of a, like this, that's very over exaggerated, but slightly like that. So there's a slight bit of shading to go there, because that is like the inner part of the S. If people gather what I mean. It does make... I do need to check with Tango, though, where he is, because it could make the entire snowball look, yeah, very dark. So I'm going to make that a lot more discreet. I think it's actually alright where it is. Just add a bit more darkness. I do need to remember what it'll look like with the whole effect on top. Yeah, there we go. I do need to keep that in mind. I think that's still way too strong, actually. Yeah. We'll have it at that. And also, I think I'll lower the opacity of this. Maybe make it a bit more purple. There we go. Right, I'll do the tower next, why not? And for this I will keep the tree on, because I don't want to unnecessarily be doing bricks. Let's also quickly just grab the colour from whatever I did here. The opacity was at 85, so I'll just quickly crank up to the max so I can get an accurate colour drop. Actually, I can just undo, can't I? There we go, back to multiply. Perfect. Might as well use the layer that I've already got. Right, so if we imagine like the corner. Oh gosh, that's the wrong brush. Imagine like the corners there. And then I'm gonna start working in bricks. So I'm gonna make it a bit darker around here, around the entrance. I think I need to get rid of the sketch. It's getting in the way now. Yeah, it kind of gets dark when you get in. Also, that is not conforming. So I also need to change the texture of the entire. I feel like I need to change the color of this. Oh, let's just make that automatic. I don't want the... No, I don't want the soul sand. Let's just do one of these. It's not like the area where there's a transition between the soul sand and the cobblestone. So right, let's make this a bit brighter, maybe saturated as well, because it looked very blue. Well, obviously it's got a blue filter over it, but it kind of mixed into the background, which I want to avoid if I can. Now that is, I can add like highlights and shadows to it, but I don't want it to become too much like the background. So yeah, I don't have a multiply. There's the multiply layer. So we'll just kind of sketch out very loosely. And the lines can be, almost need to be kind of crooked. They're going to be very large bricks here. And then thinking about where our eye line is, so if like it's kind of, I imagine it's where Tango's shoulders are. So we'll just aim for that when doing lines. I don't want to make them too thin though, too thick. Oh, I do actually need to have them come together more. Even though it's not that visible, it's going to be noticeable if I do it wrong or if I do it badly. Like that, I guess. Okay. Cool. And then we just add kind of like brick textures to it. So it looks like a brick. I haven't drawn a single background since the last animatic, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Let's duplicate that, see what it looks like. That's very dark. Let's not duplicate that to see what it looks like. And then we just kind of like very lightly round out the areas that we've already done with a large brush to kind of just show that there's shadows around each brick. I'm doing this like a tutorial, honestly. I have no idea what I'm doing. I do it different every time. It's just how I'm deciding to do it right now. I'm gonna use a bit of a smudge tool to get rid of a line there in the middle. It's too hard on the brick there. So I'm gonna go small again to have the vertical bricks, or the vertical brick lines. Oh, why did I do them there? I should do them a lot less wide here because it's perspective. Try this perspective. I'm going to also just do a bit of smudging here because this corner's a bit too stark for me. Like the divide. It's a bit of a higgledy-piggledy castle, but that's fine. I'm sure B-dubs would approve of his castle. Man, wasn't the B-dub's death so sad on Last Life? I couldn't. It was so tragic. I remember whose perspective I watched first. I watched Impulse's perspective first that week, and then he just died. That was bad, to say the least. And then, gosh, whose perspective did I watch then? It was all depending on who uploaded first. I think Zombie Cleo uploads very early in comparison to everyone else. I just kind of like, I can't usually wait for like, but the perspective that I definitely am going to watch. I watch most of the perspectives. Like I'm usually too impatient to wait for the perspectives that I'm definitely going to watch to come out. So I'm like whoever comes out first. And it kind of became a tradition then that I'd watch Impulse first. And I really enjoyed his perspective. And then just like he wasn't there last week, one Friday, and I felt really lost. I felt really... I was like, why? It's like Mumbo, like Martin not being able to do his intro with Mumbo. I really missed being there to watch Impulse's perspective first. It's like, oh, nostalgia, I miss it. Right, I'm just going to make like cracks so that you've got the divider between each brick more clearly. Might add a bit more texture to the thing itself, depending on how much detail we want to get. But yes, this is how long every background. Actually, this is quite a quick background for now. Backgrounds take a long time. The last animatic took a very long time. This animatic's gonna take a very long time. So much time, all the time. There we go. And then I'm gonna do like a highlight layer, I think. Also, this area is way too flat, so let us just kind of bulk it out a bit. Oh, hello. Oh, because we're clipping masking or alpha locking or what are we doing? Clipping mask. Do we want to like get rid of the clipping mask? What's that going to look like? That's going to look terrible. Okay. So we need to add it to this one. Just kind of like have it a bit uneven, the edge. Not too straight. And then I'll have a darker line going down. I'll basically add like a bit of line art to the background. I don't usually line backgrounds, but I think sometimes it is necessary just to hold it away, just to have like a difference between background and the foreground. Or just show more precisely where like the important lines are. But more in this case, just to hold it away from background. I think I'll do the same with maybe the tree or something. My headphones are wonderfully uncomfortable today. like shifting them. I don't know why they're as... I just haven't really got them on properly. I am wearing a bandana. That might be the problem. Just to get my hair out of my face, but you know. I'm sure I'll be fine. This side isn't really working out for me. I'm not not doing so well on this side with the line out. Maybe have had the bricks go out too far. And here it doesn't really make a difference because the thing's already dark. Okay, and I'm gonna do more precise lines along here. There we go. This is the first background of the entire animatic, by the way. I kind of need to get into the feel of doing backgrounds again. I'm going to use this brush to do a bit more, to get a little bit more depth into these bricks. I'm still not too happy with them. I think that's alright. I need to kind of now figure out where the light's coming from. Is it coming from... Well, it's obviously coming from like behind the castle, like the horizon. So following that sense, this side, which is furthest away from the light, would be the darkest. So what I'm going to do is... Why do I have a grey thing? There we go. Oh, because... Was I drawing... I haven't done all that with grey, have I? Normal. Oh yeah, I have. But it doesn't matter, because it is multiply. Right, let's... yeah, I'll just add it to this one, because why not? I might need a bigger brush. There we go. So this side is a lot darker than the other one. Now I'm just going to rub out. I'm not going to clipping mask this. I'm just going to take a rubber to the side. I think this side will get a little bit of lighting because the lighting is coming from back there. In just a bit, but not for now. Right, I think I'll do the snow next. Oh, what I also probably should do is like do a bit of kind of like lighting this way. But it does get darker towards the other side. Adds a bit more depth, a bit more contrast. Not just like flat lines everywhere. Okay. What does it look like without? Yep. I'm wondering if we should just clipping mask the thing to the tree. Or if we should just, you know, colour the tree. Because the tree is what irritates me the most without this layer. Well, actually the platform as well. Or just maybe make it a little... I haven't shaded the tree yet, so maybe I shouldn't be fiddling. I think might as well do that next then. We'll alpha lock this. And then just add a bit of a... No, actually we'll do a multiply layer. Why not? Clipping mask. And do a bit more purpley. And multiply. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it like darker towards the centre. Is that one multiply? It is. I don't like the colour that that's doing. So we'll just do blue again. Can I not go any... Well, I can't go any bigger with this brush. Wonderful. Like more towards the centre. It's darker, further away from this, the moon. I guess it might be moonlight because it's dark, like nighttime. Just have a bit of... And I'll have it darker towards the bottom. Just to add a bit of difference. Don't like that weird dot that I did in the middle. That one. There we go. And then we'll take a smaller brush and we'll just do like a bit of bark detailing. Trees I find very difficult to do. Like the trees that I did in the last animatic. I think I didn't do a lot of trees. I did some for the fairy fort. When there was like this confrontation, I can't say that word, between Cleo and Lizzie. Like to the bit of the song like, you are a stranger here, why have you come? To that part. But yeah. I haven't didn't do a lot of trees otherwise. Did some trees when I think Big B was betraying Cleo. But they were very much in the background. There wasn't a lot of detail there. This is quite a large tree. Quite far in the foreground. So tricky. I don't like trees. Trees are hard. Do for me. I haven't found like a way to do them in my style yet. Darn it. Sometimes I do the bark with a different brush, sometimes I don't. I'm going to try it with a different brush. I've got this brush here. Makes it kind of like give a stone texture, but also good on bark. Maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe a bit too detailed. Aye, the struggle is real. Did I? Oh, that's, no, I don't. Oh gosh, no! Oh no, I've done it. I went to the gallery. Didn't mean to do. What was I trying to do? I can't remember what I was trying to do. Oh, I was going to open paintbrushes. Oh, I have just revealed a lot of other pictures. So I guess one could pause the screen there. I feel like a plonk. Right, let's try a different brush. What does the organic have to say for itself? Often with tree or especially bark textures, it's like just going through brushes that I have. Like, this is actually a bark brush, but that does not suit my style at all. That's way too realistic. So it's like, do I just like add it like very discreetly to add a bit of texture? I don't know. Just trying to think. I had a brush that I used a lot for tree bark back in the day. Well, back in the day. A while ago. Was it twig? I don't know. Oh, definitely not. One of the painting brushes. Turpentine? Could be, maybe. Aha! I think that might have been it. Just to add a bit of like bark texture to the tree. The way the tree feels. Yeah. That does a lot for it already. That needs to be darker in the centre. Because the light is coming from behind. I don't want to add too much contrast because we're not concentrating on the tree, we're concentrating on Tango with the arrow. Okay. I think that's good enough for now. Let's add some contrast to the leaves. I'm just going to alpha lock this and... Do I multiply? I'll multiply, why not? I'm scared I'm going to run out of layers. Actually, I can quickly check how many layers I need or have. Oh, wait, what? I have 29 layers available. And this is layer 34. It doesn't really add up, does it? I've got 34 layers. This is weird. Ha! There's already the maximum of 20 lines. Maybe I've glitched the system and have more layers than I'm supposed to. And now it's like, oh gosh, you've got too many layers. No, I can still add another one. So that's the maximum of layers. Let me just do a bit of cleanup. I can't merge that one down. What's this one? Empty layer. Right, delete. I can't merge the multiply layers. I'll merge this one down to the background. Hello? Oh, because it's part of the group, I can't. Is it worth putting it behind the other ones? Definitely not. Merge down. We don't need most of the sketches, actually. We could kind of just switch on all the sketches and merge them to the same layer. Gosh, what sketch is that? Let me just... Bear with me. That... Just another line art. Feels like it is. Yeah, I just duplicated a line art. Okay, well, that can go. That's combined down to one. Switch on the background again. And off with the sketch here. I've got all the references I want. I might just combine down the line art because I don't see any reason to need multiple layers for the line art. So, okay. That's given us a lot more free room. So what I'm going to do with these ones, in which case, because it's just a tiny layer, I'm going to do a bit of multiply. And then just, hello? Oh, I'm on the eraser. Oh, I'm on turpentine again. Oh, recent. Oh, interesting, okay. I'll just go to my favourite brushes there. And go back to this one. I'll just kind of like grab the colour from there. And there we go. Now we can just pretend that it's the multiply layer. Even though it isn't. Is that? Yeah, that is an awful look. Also, again, I have no idea how to do leaves. Sometimes I use a leaf brush, sometimes I'm like, nah, too much of a faff to go looking for a leaf brush that works. I just do weird shading like this. It's just not enough leaves to warrant a proper shading job, really, in my opinion. I will, however, do a little bit of more of a, like, what's below the leaves. Shading below there. Does that look weird? I feel like it looks weird. Most of it is just
kind of is the climax of the song, that part. So I can imagine like epic fight scenes and especially like that the very final, like the world. It would be so cool if it was Ren and Martin looking over the world with the moon behind them and they've won. So that would be so cool if they won and that was like the end part. But we'll see who wins. I can't control any of that. And yeah, there's definitely stuff that I do want to add, but it's just a question of how I put it in. Yeah, exactly. It would be so cool. I do want to add some. I do want to add like specific moments. I definitely want to add like my number one point of session 8, because I think it would look so cool. I've got my notes here. Is Scott failing to do the boogie, where I just imagine like his eyes closing and then going from purple to red because he failed. I think that's a very central point. That's definitely something that I'm going to have in from week 8. But the question is, how much from week 8 can I put in there? How much from the end of week 7 can I put in there? So, yeah, definitely putting the Wither in. But it's the question of what is going to happen in week 9. Because how much can I put in there? Because it's like, how long is the song? It's a 2.5-minute song. And I have to pile in 5 incredibly chaotic weeks of Last Life into that 2.5 minutes. And like it's already very planned out, so I can't really move it as much. And like what happens when, kind of cut it down to what happens when, because it fits to what happens when. Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. But yeah, so it is a question of what I can add. We'll all find out tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I will kind of just imagine me this time tomorrow, after the first episodes have come out, furiously planning in my sketchbook what the final frames will be, because the animatic does kind of start out with pictures being on screen for longer, but like the further into the song we go, the more hectic the song is and dramatic, so the faster images will go by, and all that wonderful stuff. So I hope you enjoyed my little drawing thing. I might do another one. I probably will. Honestly, this was really fun and it got me working. I think, as in, like, I've been procrastinating a little bit on this because currently I'm just literally colouring out, and it's a bit boring if you've already got like the base and you're just colour picking from Minecraft skins. So I've been procrastinating a little bit. So this definitely gets me drawing for the animatic, I guess. So I'll probably do this again. I'll probably do another finishing an animatic piece kind of thing. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being a part of the stream, for chatting, for hanging out with me. I'm so looking forward to the Last Life episodes tomorrow. You have no idea. I honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do on a Tuesday when they're like not when it's over, because it will be over tomorrow. But yes, I do hope Martin and Ren win. That would be so cool. But yeah, generally on this Twitch account, because this is a Twitch account that I've had for a little bit, I do also do some gaming on here, some Minecraft. So if you wanna stick around for that, that would be, yeah. I game a little bit with Crowlander, who is also who's been in the chat. He's also got he's got a Twitch account if you want to check him out. He's also Pog. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will see you in the next stream, where we'll be either drawing another bit of Last Life animatic or playing on a bit of Minecraft. I think the new update's coming out soon, isn't it? So we might update our SMP. See ya. Yeah. Have a nice rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever time zone you live in. But yeah. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so we might update our SMP to the newest version of Minecraft soon, do a bit of exploring. But yeah, definitely more drawing, some Minecraft, and we'll see what the future holds. I'll hopefully be more productive on the animatic, because I want to get out there as quickly as possible. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, do I? Nah, Crow, before I stop, do you want to start streaming? Because then I could raid you. But otherwise, I'll just leave it there. Whether Crow's still in chat, I don't even know. Nah, okay. I'll just leave it there then. Gotta do homework. Sucks to be you. Anyway, I'll leave you to scatter about the internet, and I wish you a good night. Goodbye.